right, everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Fresh Takes podcast here on FingerLakes1.com, FingerLakes1 YouTube, or wherever else you might be watching us on this fine evening. If you don't know me by now, I'm Paul Russo, and across from me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nicky Fresh, Nick Felice. Nick, how are you doing today?
Not bad, Paul. You know, it's a little weird.
How'd you like the headphone, though? You understand why I get a good vibe going there at the start?
Oh, yeah, it gets me going, you know. It's a little loud. Can we turn it down just a tad?
Well, unfortunately, that's what you always hear, unfortunately. You know,
it's got a nice little echo to it.
Yeah.
Echo, no echo. Echo, no echo. Echo. I'm going to go with the echo today.
Nice. You go from Hoodie Nick a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
To Headphone Nick today.
All different types of Nicks here.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, Paul, I don't know what we're talking about today.
Well, I am surprised because, we talk about this stuff previewing, we get a text in between us and get figure it out.
I do this on the fly.
Yeah, that's halfway true with you, actually. So,
yep, that is.
If you don't know, here's what we are talking about today. The MLB playoffs. We'll go over a little bit of what has happened, what is going on right now, which, by the way, bottom of the sixth inning, the Red Sox are up 4-1 at the moment, unfortunately. So if you are a Yankee fan like myself, we are panicking despite me wearing an Angels shirt today. I kind of just grabbed it coming back from work.
Is that Vladimir Guerrero?
It is a Vlad Guerrero shirt. Scherzi is the proper term I believe we go with.
Scherzi.
Yes, so. Then obviously we'll hop into our football talk of the week. Both the NCAA and NFL big weekends really, in both. Then we'll move into a very big discussion for us. Super Mario Party, the new Mario Party game.
Oh, that was loud. That was
you'll
clap.
You'll learn. And then we'll go back and discuss the Carrier Dome renovations. Some big news happened tonight for the Dome, and hopefully us Cuse fans will enjoy it.
We are not Cuse fans. Don't say us.
I said us Cuse fans, not like you, because you like Notre Dame. I'm talking about the mass of Syracuse Orange fans out there. You know what I mean?
I got you, Paul. Move on.
Oh, my bad. Jeez. You are snippy today a little bit. I wasn't anticipating that out of you.
I'm sorry.
But, so, we'll move on then if you want to.
Yeah. Let's get to the Yankees. Let's get to
the MLB playoffs, like we said, full swing essentially right now. No pun intended. But, ow. See what happens.
See, it's loud. It's loud.
See what happens. But, so the Yankees, like I said, they're currently playing right now 4-1, bottom of the sixth inning. But overall, the three other seats in the league championship series have been clinched. The NLCS will be the Dodgers taking on the Brewers. Then the Astros are effectively waiting right now in a holding pattern. The NLCS will start on Friday, which means the ALCS will start on Saturday. So,
okay. Can we just agree, Paul, that we are just going to talk about the ALCS, and it's just going to be the Astros waiting on the Red Sox?
Well, at this point, it seems that way, unfortunately. But
you never know.
You do. That is true. You never know. I see that the Red Sox have pulled Rick Porcello already for Matt Barnes. But irregardless of that, the division series were really fun to watch, depending upon who you were really a fan of. The Astros flat out dominated the Indians. I don't think there's really a way around it. But, they won the World Series last year. They got pretty much that team effectively back this year, mind you, with some controversy this time around. The Indians, they were a team that I don't think I wanted to face, only because of that pitching staff that they have, especially the starters, but clearly didn't make a big difference for them.
I think they showed that the Cleveland Indians division was pretty bad.
Yeah, in the overall, that's true, I'd say. But
Like, terrible.
Well, yeah, it was terrible, but at the same time, that the starting pitching on that team was insane. You had 4 pitchers with 200 strikeouts.
The AL Central was like garbage that's in your kitchen, but you don't want to touch it. And the only way to get it out is to wear gloves that you just want to throw away. And you still can't pick it up because it's slimy and I don't know which way to look at. No, wrong way. It's just the division was terrible. It was trash. The Tigers, trash. I don't know why I just called out Tigers, but they were trash.
You just did call them out.
The AL Central was terrible. They shouldn't even gotten a playoff spot. It was that bad. And granted, yeah, I did pick the Cleveland Indians in the World Series, but I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm speechless, you know. The AL Central is trash, is what I'm trying to say.
Speaking of the Central, we'll stay then on the on the national side of it, National League side of it, because the Brewers really did. They dominated the Rockies. Really did give them a chance to breathe in that series.
You know, I didn't see that coming.
I did slightly, but I expected the Rockies to take it 5 games. I really did.
Yeah, that's what I said. I wanted to say that, yes, I thought it was going to go 5.
But, this Brewer team is really fun to watch. I know you're not a big fan of them, Nick, but, nonetheless, they pose a really big threat, I think, now. If you don't see that, they definitely pose that threat now, and hopefully, for me personally, because I'd like to see them do well, they do some damage against the Dodgers. I think they do. I don't think this Dodger team is really anything to write home about. I think playoff-wise, I'm not saying they got lucky. They definitely didn't. So they owned the Braves outside of Sunday. But even then, I'd personally want to see the Brewers sweep the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers are as great as people think. So, it'll certainly be. It's going to be a fun. That one's going to be a fun NLCS. I'd say that one's probably going to go 6. I'd say probably about 6 games. I'd go Brewers 4-2 in that series. Strictly because I don't think the Dodgers starting pitching has been kind of shaky all year anyway. Kershaw hasn't been as dominant. His fastball has teetered off in speed throughout the year. And I don't think, I don't understand how good people think. I don't think people realize how down to earth Rich Hill can be. Kind of showed it yesterday. Told it was the tail end of his outing against the Braves. So, be an interesting LCS to watch. ALCS probably. As we move in, they're going into the top of the 7th now. Still the same score. Holds out. You'll have the Red Sox, Astros.
It's 4-1.
Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I?
No.
Same score. So I don't know. Either way,
I didn't know if you said the score.
Yeah, the ALCS is looking pretty much, unfortunately, Red Sox, Astros. I don't think that's a matchup really anyone wants to see.
True.
Well, people want to see it, but I think for me personally, I don't want to because the Red Sox and then the Astros you have going against their own morals in order to win. So
here's my take on the NLCS. If the Dodgers win 1 game here in Milwaukee in the first 2, the Dodgers will win this series in 5. I think they'll hold up at home, and I think the Milwaukee will have nothing left down 3-1, and they win that game in Milwaukee. Or is it 3 in LA?
It is. Because aren't they going back to doing the
2-2, 1-1-1?
Yeah.
I mean, if it is,
well, the Brewers have home field.
Regardless, I think the Dodgers win this in 5. I do. I think they got Manny Machado. They got Yasmel Grandal. I don't know why I said him, but
is Grandal even like their everyday catcher now?
Sure.
I think that posed a good question. You keep talking, I'm going to find out.
Okay, they got Brian Dozier. They got Yasiel Puig. They got Clayton Kershaw. They got Rich Hill. They got Kelly Jansen. They got James Loney.
James Loney has not been a Dodger in years.
They got Carl Crawford.
No, they don't.
got Josh
well, on the books they do,
Beckett.
technically.
All right, tell me what the...
I feel like
I
feel like Austin Barnes is their everyday catcher, but I could be wrong. It's
You could be.
I don't know. Active route. So I will dive deep down here in this wormhole. Yeah, I'd say it's probably Austin Barnes.
Anyway, regardless, the Dodgers are winning this series in 5. I'm on the complete opposite side of you, Paul. I think the Dodgers are going to win this, and they are going to win the World Series this year because...
Wow, I didn't realize we were going to end up doing this.
Yeah, it slipped out. It just slipped out, and
I'm ashamed.
The Dodgers win the World Series.
All right, interesting. ALCS wise, only because the way it's going. Let's just say Red Sox, Astros.
Let's just say Yankees, Astros.
Well, all right. Well, if you want to go that route,
yeah, let's hear it, Paul. Yankees, Astros.
Yankees in 7. Really do think Yankees in 7.
Oh, damn, man. I just took them to the ALCS. You take them all the way to World Series already.
But, if it's the Red Sox, Astros in 7. I don't see a way the ALCS either way goes any less than 7. That sounds like
a typical Yankee
Hold on.
answer.
No. I don't see the ALCS either way going any less than the full distance, no matter who gets in from the Red Sox-Yankee matchup. And then once you get to Game 7, it's who you're throwing when, who's hitting when. It doesn't matter who. It could go either way. It could easily go Red Sox in 7. I don't know. You don't know either. Do any of us know?
Yeah, I got the Red Sox in 6. Here's why.
All right.
Because the Red Sox will win 4 games and the Astros win 2.
Wow.
And that equals 6.
Wow. I am astonished by your prediction. That is...
Been following the game a long time.
Talk about some esteemed logic going on right now here, guys. Is mathematically speaking... It's like,
don't know what games they'll win, but it'll be in 6.
It's like the great NFL expert on ESPN, Trent Dilfer, once said, you can't win games in the NFL if you lose them. Just tremendous stuff over there, Nick.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm here.
The hard-hitting facts.
That's why they pay me the big bucks for this gig.
Big money problems. So before we move on to our next topic, I'll give everyone the brief update before we move on here. We have...
Do you think we'll have a final score by the end of this?
If the game keeps the pace it's been on, it's only been 2 hours and 15 minutes. And they're in the top of the 7th right now. We'll probably get a final, would be my bet, while we're on the air. If you're going from our mathematical, statistical side of things.
Okay.
With that in mind, we'll switch gears. We'll head into football. The NCAA has rolled into week 6.
College football.
That's right. We'll start there first this week. We'll switch it up.
Yeah.
So NCAA week 6 action. Syracuse, bad loss against Pitt. I wasn't able to watch really any college football outside of that night game on ESPN, which I can't remember which it even was. I was out of town and away from a TV. Well, I was near a lot of TVs, but I wasn't really paying strict attention to them. I wasn't able to watch the Syracuse game despite being in the University of Pittsburgh television market. So what does that say about that program? We lost to a program that gets blacked out in its own market. I wasn't able to watch too much of that game. From everything I've been able to gather, the defense really couldn't do their job, and Andre Schmidt is apparently the kicking god of the NCAA right now. Other than that, you're fighting Irish, Nick. I gotta give them a lot of credit because they were down at halftime to Virginia Tech. I did know that. They were down by, I think, a point or something like that to Virginia Tech at halftime. And then they get to the second half. and they were in control the whole entire time. They ended up winning. Where'd they go? I had it like right in front of me. I feel disappointed.
It was 38 to something.
Actually, you're wrong. It was 45-23 they won. So
Forgot about that last touchdown.
big win for your Fighting Irish. So we'll actually start there. We'll go on a positive note for some people here. Your Fighting Irish, Nick, another good game for them on the overall perspective of things. They get moved up to 5th now in the rankings. They're knocking on the door of the early college playoff projection. With that in mind, where are you right now for them? I know you're not big on college, but they are your favorite team. So how confident are you in them right now? Where do you think they'll end up here at this point?
I'm very confident, Paul. Book it.
Book it.
That's the name of the quarterback.
Book is his actual last name. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, book it. Voice crack there.
Speaking of,
anyway, let me talk.
I was gonna give him another good. It was another good game for him. He went 25 for 35, 271. He did throw a pick, but 2 touchdowns. So he's still showing some really good signs out there.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. But I'm going to say this like I do every week.
Okay.
Notre Dame has a very favorable schedule down the stretch. We got.
That's the way to do it. Some silence going on.
Navy this week.
I'll scroll back for you and find out. Keep going.
There's Navy. Well, anyway, after this week is the bye.
They do got the bye week 8, I believe it is, right?
And then it's just so easy. You know, they got.
Oh, actually, your favorable schedule is not for Navy this week. It is against the Pitt Panthers at Notre Dame. So
not at Pitt like Syracuse?
No.
Oh, well, okay. So they got Pitt, and they got Navy after.
Week 8.
Well, anyway, they got Navy, they got Syracuse, they got USC.
Yeah, week 8 is their bye week.
And they got somebody else. Anyway, it's a pretty favorable schedule. I don't see them losing the game. And if they don't lose a game, we're going to Hollywood.
Yeah, you're definitely probably part of that Final Four would be my bet. Because you also got to keep in mind the SEC schools in Alabama and Georgia.
They got to play each other.
They're going to have to face off against each other. That's effectively going to be a 1 versus 2 battle would be my guess.
Yeah, it's like a playing game too.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
tournament.
Yeah. I don't know why I really switched to you. I thought we were going to keep going when we were in there for a hot second. Kind of drew
giving the folks a smile.
Kind of drew a blank there for a hot minute. But, I also put on there some of the mid-ranked teams. A lot of struggles for them this week. Oklahoma ended up getting a big loss against Texas in the Red River rivalry that resulted in Mike Stoops being fired.
Really?
Yep. The D coordinator. Miami, they struggled pretty mightily against a Florida State team that
they pulled it out.
That supposedly is not a big win.
We need Pat on talk Miami football.
That's not a big win for Syracuse, but I know what, for Miami now it's magically a big win because they needed it.
Ooh, shots fired.
That's not a shot directly at Pat. This is a shot at, in general, the people who think Miami's actually a formidable team this year.
But somewhat Pat.
Slightly, but he's not the only one I've heard say it. I mean, I listened to the Lebatard show, and they're all Miami guys on there, and they all think that this Miami team was supposed to be the second coming of Michael Irvin.
What are they, like 16th?
They are...
They've lost, what, once?
They've lost once. They are 16th in the country.
They're not bad.
But, I mean...
They're not.
NC State...
BCS Bowl.
NC State squeaked one out against BC. I mean...
Oh, thanks for telling me that, Paul.
Well, no, I mean, it kind of shows, the deal with, I guess, the ACC this year. Probably not as good as we all thought.
No, they have been down.
Florida beat LSU by 8, 27-19. That was a battle of ranked teams, and they effectively flip-flopped.
Was that the game that was on at night when you watched?
It was not. That was a CBS mid-afternoon game. Alabama throttled Arkansas, and Nick Saban's out here talking about how bad the team played. Like, get out of here.
That's just Nick Saban being Nick Saban.
I swear, I used to have a lot of respect for him, but every year I end up just losing him for stuff like that. I mean, speaking of which, Nick, I got a question for you. Yes. An opinionated question.
Yes.
What payroll's bigger, the Cleveland Browns or the Alabama Crimson Tide football team?
Cleveland.
Wow. Look at you being politically correct over there.
Well, I definitely thought you were going to trick me there. So you thought I'd say Alabama, but it's actually Cleveland.
That's a fair point. So I don't know. I did not see where game day is going to be this week. We usually end up.
Was it at Notre Dame?
It was not. They went to the neutral-sided Texas Oklahoma Red River rivalry game. Which I don't like. I like game day when it's actually on campus. You get that better vibe from it. You get the great signs. I love it.
And that was a noon game.
Yeah,
right? Weird.
So I don't get it. Game day this week, man. Not a ton of ranked match. I would have to bet if I'm a betting man.
Ooh. Which you are.
Which I am. You're right. They got a couple matchups they could choose from. You have Georgia at LSU, 2 versus 13, Saturday at 3:30. And then you also have Michigan at Wisconsin, 7:30. That game is on ESPN. I know that. Or ABC, one of those networks. So I'm not too sure which one they'd go with. If I had to guess, they'll probably go SEC. Actually, I don't know. They got ESPN has the rights to the Michigan-Wisconsin game, so I'll go with Michigan-Wisconsin. Would be my bet.
And I'm gonna go Michigan-Wisconsin as well.
Because you have no idea. Yeah, but not a big time matchup week. Syracuse is on a bye this week, if you didn't know that.
Aww.
Yes, I know. So I get to watch college football as a pure fan this week. Other than that, not a ton of tremendous matchups at hand this week, unfortunately. So, but like I said, Pittsburgh is visiting Notre Dame, 2:30. That game, I'm assuming, is going to be on an NBC network. Because I can't imagine somebody coming in and swooping in to buy the rights of that game.
No. It's on NBC.
Yeah.
Every home game is on NBC. It's actually...
No, that's a lie. Every now and then, if it's a bigger matchup, ESPN buys the rights to it.
All right.
Like that Stanford game wasn't on NBC. That was an ABC game. Money talks. Other than that, yeah, not a big matchup.
They only have 2 more home games left, so...
2 more pure home games left, right?
Yes.
So, other than that, yeah, Week 6 in the books for the NCAA. Technically, Week 7's already started for them. It's really weird how they do that. For those of you watching at home, apparently Appalachian State is beating Arkansas State 21-9 right now.
Okay, let's move on.
Matchup.
Enough of this.
All right. Week 5 of the NFL.
But keep me posted on that game.
I will. You want to know? I'll do my best for you, Nick. How about that? So Week 5 of the NFL, it really showed high-flying offense, I'd say, for the most part, unless you're a Browns fan. But we'll touch on that. Either way, the Chiefs, they keep winning. They pretty much dominated the Jaguars. 30-14 they were able to win. Patrick Mahomes pretty much shined again, although he didn't have a throwing touchdown. He went 22 for 38, 313. Did throw 2 picks, admittedly, so certainly not the best of games for him. But still a really good game from Mahomes. He keeps shining. Will he come down to earth? He kind of, I guess you could make the case that he slightly did this past week. However, you never really can tell in the NFL. It's for the shield. It's never for the player. Your Giants, Nick, unfortunately, much like my Redskins, although your team was more in it than my team was, lost on a 63-yard field goal. That's a true heartbreaking loss. However, some positives from that game if you're a Giants fan. Odell was involved and had a really good game. So, if you're a Giants fan like you are, Nick, panic at all with all the locker room stuff going on, or are you holding pat at the moment considering the game that Odell ended up having?
Panic button.
Whoa.
You didn't see it coming, did you?
No, not really.
That's because I'm lying.
Okay. All right.
No panic. I just wanted to do it. No panic. Barkley looked good again.
He did.
Eli looked all right. Now, I mean, Odell, he had the best throw of the day.
He
to
did.
Barkley.
57-yarder.
Yeah, this team sucks, man.
Wow, you are not being nice to your team.
I mean, we lose 2 years in a row. 62-yard field goal to Jake Elliott, I believe, of the Eagles.
Okay.
And then we lose this year to Graham Gano.
That's Redskin legend, Graham Gano to you.
63-yarder. It's just heartbreak after heartbreak.
By the way, that Spanish call, that field goal is great if you haven't heard it.
I have not.
Well, maybe you won't enjoy it, but...
Oh, I might. Yeah, it's just heartbreak after heartbreak, and that's a good photo over there.
Yeah.
And the headphones just went off.
Really?
Oh, they're back on.
I can still hear you.
They're back on. And, yeah, I think the Giants need to keep losing because we need a top draft pick this year. We need to get more offensive line help, maybe get a guy from Alabama that usually does well. You know,
that dude's
or Notre Dame.
This is the year for guys in the trenches on both sides of the ball. It really is.
Yes. Just keep on losing. I'm on the whole, let's go to the draft. There's no lottery. Draft. Let's just get the top pick. Let's get it. Cleveland's good now. Let's get it.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, it's certainly an interesting position to be in. I know the Redskins are in it at the moment. Did not look good yesterday, 43-19 loss. Not a ton of positives for the Redskins to take. The defense played terrible. The offense.
Terrible day for you yesterday.
Yeah, it was not good overall sports-wise for me.
The Yankees, what was it, 16-1?
Yeah.
And the Redskins, what was it, 63-3?
Felt like it.
It did. It was all Drew Brees.
Yeah, it wasn't a good day. I didn't feel right about that game. But I tell you who probably does feel great right now, if I can find their stats, because that'd really be good for the benefit of us, is the Bills fans, there it is, who beat the Titans on Sunday. Always feels weird. So yesterday felt like a Sunday because of the holiday, admittedly, for me. But, yeah, I mean, you can say it wasn't a good day in the air. Josh Allen only had 82 yards and a pick. But, overall, the Bills did what they had to do. They were able to control like I said, it was an offense ready to explode, and I thought it was going to happen. They did. They were able to contain the Tennessee offense. So that defense looked good. They did what they had to do. And at this point, as a Bills fan, I won't say you're going to take every win you can get, but that's a nice shot in the arm type win because Tennessee's a good team. Mind you, it's not, in my opinion, as big as I want to say the Minnesota win, but it's still a big win for them.
That's 2 wins, though, in 5 weeks.
Yeah. Not bad.
Not bad for what the Bills looked like week 1.
And 2.
To say that they would go 2-2 the next 4 weeks is pretty impressive.
And you were able to get, as a Bill fan, you were able to get some vintage Shady McCoy, 85 yards on the ground. Didn't get a touchdown, but that's some vintage LaShawn McCoy.
Yes, he did very well on my bench this week.
Ouch. That probably hurt you. That's 85 points, or that's 8 points.
85?
That's 8 points. And he was actually able to collect 23 yards in the air, so that's 10 points sitting on your bench. That's got to be rough for you.
It is. But we'll bounce back.
Okay, that's true.
And, yeah, good win. The Bills got a quarterback, man. They got a quarterback.
They do.
Josh Allen.
You wish, though, they had someone behind him that would help mentor him, though, a little bit, right? Like, they kind of botched that Tyrod Taylor situation.
Yes. And then look at Tyrod. He's helping Baker.
Yeah. The Browns played.
Bake some cookies.
The Browns played. They won. That's about it as you can really report for them anyway.
Yeah, that was the most ugliest game-winning field goal I've ever seen in my life.
Although Baker did get 342 touchdown and interception, so he had a really good game again. Not great, but good. So you can take what you can get with that. Elsewhere really around the league, we didn't touch on it fully, but Drew Brees is now top dog in pretty much every category passing-wise, I feel like.
Yep.
Got the yards.
Did you see Peyton's congratulations message?
I did not yet. I kind of did. I think it was Bleacher Report or something. Put it up. I got a notification. Didn't pay attention to it.
Do you want me to play it for you?
After the show.
All right.
Only because I don't know about clearance with that. So
we do not have the rights.
Well, speaking of
congratulations, Drew Brees.
Speaking of rights, I got a lot of wrongs in my predictions across many boards this past week. So let's go to week 6 for the NFL. So I can tell you more losers who are probably going to win after I pick who they play against. And Nick will probably tell you who will win and probably will actually win because that's the way it feels.
Yes.
So
let's get it.
So the first game of the week, Thursday Night Football, Eagles at the Giants. I'm going to surprise you with this pick. Give me the Giants.
Give me the Giants.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Screw the first pick. Let's go for the Super Bowl. Yeah. Let's do it.
The Super Bowl. Yes.
Let's do it.
Go.
If you can beat the Super Bowl defending champ, you can win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Something like that. But
tell him, Nick.
Let's get it.
Tell him, Nick. Yeah, but the Eagles, they don't look as good as a lot of people thought they were. And by a lot of people, I mean every single Eagle fan.
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, they're flying
into
right.
Last place.
I was about to say they're flying right into the ground. Sunday, the first game, Buccaneers in Atlanta. Give me the Falcons. I feel very confident in that pick.
Confident as ever. Falcons.
Chargers go to Cleveland to face the Browns. Now, this is an interesting matchup. Before last Sunday, the last win for the Browns on a Sunday was against the Chargers
Christmas Eve.
in I believe it was actually San Diego that game. You want to? Let's continue the streak. Cleveland wins in overtime.
The Chargers win this game, Paul.
In regulation or overtime? Because the Browns seem to have a thing for overtime.
They do. But they're due to not go to overtime. And that's what's going to happen here. Maybe a 17-point win here by the Chargers.
Interesting. So I just realized this, Nick. There are 2 games at MetLife Stadium this week. Because the Giants are home on Thursday, that means the Jets can be home on Sunday when they play the Colts.
Give me a yawn on this one, but I got the Jets.
Really?
I got Sam Darnold getting back-to-back wins.
I got Andrew Luck and I got Jack Doyle, and then I'll go with the Colts.
Eric Ebron.
Jack Doyle. In London, England, the Seahawks are playing the Raiders. Give me the Seahawks.
That game is on very early for me to watch.
1 p.m.?
It's on at 1?
Yeah, they pushed all the London games back this year to 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's still very early for me. I got... Damn, they traveled a long way for this game.
Both of them did.
Give me the Raiders.
Wow.
Who'd you pick?
Seattle.
They don't look good, man.
Meanwhile, back in America, the Redskins are home against the Panthers.
Give me the Redskins.
I was kind of thinking the Redskins, but I'm going with my head on this one. I'm going to take the Panthers. It's going to be close, though.
Redskins bounce back.
It's going to be close, so I would probably take, if you're a betting man, I'd probably take the Redskins.
Graham Gano hangover.
Wow.
He misses a field goal.
Ooh, bold strategy.
A field goal that could decide the game.
Beware fantasy owners, then.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of bewaring of fantasy owners, the Bills traveled to Houston to play the Texans. Give me Houston, baby.
I'd like to pick the Bills.
I don't. I wouldn't.
But the Houston Texans are going to win this football game.
They are. 1 o'clock still. A lot of 1 o'clock games going on. 1 o'clock, Cardinals at Vikings, Minnesota. Very confident in that pick.
Cardinals won last week, huh?
They did.
How many winless teams are there now?
The Raiders are winless.
The Raiders are not winless.
Yeah, they are.
John Gruden got one.
When?
Like 2 weeks ago.
I don't think so. I think they're over. I could swore the Opens are lost.
I got Minnesota winning this game.
Wait, hold on here.
I got Minnesota winning this football game. You want to know why, people?
Oh, that's right. They did beat the Browns.
I don't know why. Minnesota's going to win this game.
All right.
Happy League Ferguson Day.
Yinger dinger durgan.
Yep. So
Pittsburgh travels to Cincinnati.
Who you pick?
I already said.
Minnesota. I'm sorry.
I already said. Jeez.
Maybe you're the one that's a little cranky today.
I am on edge. We're all on edge here on Fresh Takes apparently today.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi was on edge before the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking on edge, the Steelers are going to Cincinnati. Tough game to actually pick, I feel like.
Very.
This is a tough pick. I can see it going either way.
I got the Steelers.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
Why?
Well, that's gonna be your Waluigi game here.
That's why. You're riding too high with the Bengals ball.
I'm not riding too high. I just don't know what to make of the Steelers team. Yeah, I don't know.
The Bengals are not gonna be 3 games. I don't even know how many games ahead, but they ain't gonna be that many games.
That's a safe bet.
Ahead of the
That's a safe hedging on your part.
Yep, just like Dolphins Patriots a couple weeks ago.
Well, speaking of the Dolphins, they're playing host to the Chicago Bears this week. Another tough game to really pick.
It is tough.
I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think I'm gonna go Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears. Right. Dolphins. I'm sorry.
Your first 4 o'clock game is the Rams at Denver. Give me the Rams.
Don't even have to tell me another team. The Rams are winning this football game.
All right. The Ravens are at the Titans. I'm going to go with Baltimore.
I got the Titans.
All right. That's a tougher game to pick, too. Although, gut-wise, I'm thinking Baltimore. Though gut-wise for you, you're pretty confident with the Titans, it seems.
Yes.
So the Cowboys are playing host to the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Jags. Probably a big bounce-back week.
Huge bounce-back week. Jags win. Cowboys need a new quarterback.
Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs are visiting New England. I'm telling you what.
That's a great game.
Give me the Chiefs. I'm all in on the Chiefs.
TB12.
Wow.
You can't deny them. The
And
Chiefs are due to lose a football game, and this is when it's going to happen.
And then, in what possibly might be the worst Monday night game in a couple of years, you have the 49ers at the Packers. This is a...
Oh, let me wake up and pick the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers, too. Only
just because it's at Lambeau.
Yeah. Quick score update. Nothing's changed in the Red Sox-Yankees game. Still 4-1. End of the 7th inning. So they're doing their best. They're doing their best to not try and get this final score in by the time we're out of here tonight.
We're not getting it.
You never know.
We're not getting
I'm kind of leaning towards it with you though now. And speaking of for you, this is a fun topic, really, especially for you, but for both of us. But really for you because the new Mario Party came out.
Yes.
So the new it's actually called Super Mario Party now. It's on the Switch. It's really fun. We've played together twice now on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you have a lot more in it. So
give them background of the game first.
So
if you
don't know, Mario Party is, man, I don't know where I want to put it in the rankings, but personally it's up there for me in the Mario series. It's really great. This is their 11th game? Wow. See? 11th game. They date back to the 64, if I'm correct. Right, Nick?
Yes.
Okay.
64 was the first one, yeah.
And then I feel like the bulk of them are probably on the GameCube. Probably.
364, 4 GameCube. 2 Wii, I believe, and I think 1 Wii U.
So
and now 1 Switch.
So yeah, most are on the GameCube, but yeah. So for me, I love it. I'm usually always Luigi, but there are new characters for this game, for the new Mario Party, and my man Monty Mole, which I love using in Mario Super Sluggers, the baseball game for Mario. He's a character in it. Used him a couple times now. Went back to Luigi last night. Admittedly, didn't change the outcome for me, but we've had discussions with some friends. Our man Justin hooked us up with some stats yesterday.
I don't know if he's our man, but he's
Well, he's our stat man for Mario Party apparently. So, Nick,
he's a good friend.
Nick, I'm gonna let you take the wheel here for a second. Who are probably the best characters to really use in this game?
Before I get to it,
Yes.
you'd be wondering, what are these fools talking about? Why are they talking about a video game? You didn't know? We're big gamers. Yeah, big gamers. And back to your question.
So big, I just bought a PS4 for the
Yes.
first time yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, the best characters in the game. Well, this is a different type of game because each character has their own. So, let me refresh here.
All right.
Mario Party is a board game on a video game. So it's like dice blocks, all different kind of stuff, mini games, stuff like that. But each character in this game has its own special dice block, along with the original dice block, 1 through 6. Some are like blah blah blah, some are blah 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 blah. But you have to play the game, and I say the best characters since I've been playing right now. I think I go with the big guns. Bowser, Luigi's not bad. Mario's not bad. I haven't unlocked DK yet, but DK's not bad. I've heard he's a boom or bust type of guy, and you want that boom.
But you don't want that bust, though.
You don't want that bust, though. And honestly, if I had to rank it, 9.8 out of 10.
Wow.
That's how fun that game is. The Switch is one of the best systems of our generation.
It is a game changer. So for me, like I said, I love Monty Moles in this game. And I'm most segue into the other part I want to talk about here because there's some new features in the game.
Yes.
Most notably, in my opinion, the ally feature.
Yes.
So what you can do is, there in each of the boards, there's only 4 boards right now, 3 of which are already unlocked. You unlock the other, but the ally features are really cool because on the board, I think there was 2 of them on each board.
I think there's 2 spaces.
2 on each board, and if you land on this ally spot, it's a random draw of another character that you get to join. Now each character, this is another new feature. Each character has their own dice block for roll on it, and so you have that option now with the ally of using that dice block along with your ally joining you. So your ally spins another dice, which is either 1 or 2, and that's additional steps you get on each roll. And then also in the mini games, your allies can help you out in certain mini games too.
It's a huge,
It is big. So that ally feature is really big. I think it's the biggest.
Definitely the
thing.
best thing they've come up with the new game. And if you're interested in buying the game, I highly recommend. You heard me. You know what? I'm going to give it a 9.9 out of 10.
It's gone up a 10th.
It's a hell of a game. I really think you should go out and buy it. It's $60, $59.99. So if you got that in your piggy bank, go out and buy it to your local GameStop. That's probably the best option.
Yep. So, of the new characters, so there's also the unlockable characters you have to get, which is like any other Mario Party. But the new characters there are pretty interesting because you haven't been able to use Donkey Kong yet. He's an unlockable character. You haven't been able to, I may be wrong on this, but the games that we've played mostly, I don't remember Diddy Kong being available.
No.
Diddy Kong's unlockable. I don't know who this Pom Pom character is.
Yeah. Hold on.
He's busting out something here.
Yeah, I got it.
And then also, I don't remember Drybones being a character.
Dry bones,
in
so,
Mario
yeah.
Party, but he is available as an unlockable character now as well.
And isn't that the best part about video game is to unlock stuff?
Yep.
You know what? Go ahead and buy this game. My rating for the game is a perfect score, 10 out of 10.
We've jumped 2 tenths in this in what, maybe 2 minutes? This is astonishing. What a time to be alive.
You know what? Heck, leave your couch right now and go buy it. What are you waiting for? Go buy it.
No.
I see you. I see you.
Look, don't do it to the people watching live. Don't do it now. Wait until, actually, you're probably going to have to wait until tomorrow really to go buy it, unless you go to Walmart.
Yeah, store's closed. What are you doing?
Unless you go to
Sit down.
Unless you go to Walmart, which do it after we get done here on the pod tonight.
That's true.
So it's really cool. If you get the opportunity to play it, I recommend it, obviously.
Yeah, I rank it about 11 out of 10.
This is astonishing. 2 tenths it's gone up.
The whole meter. What do you rank it?
I'd go a solid. See, personally, I don't like it as much still as Mario Party 5. Like 5 is like the pinnacle for me.
It's a great game.
But I'll go 9 out of 10 because you got my guy Monty Mole in there, and there's a really fun mini game. Well, not mini game. I guess technically it's a mini game though. Of like some like slot baseball you can play. It's really cool. I like it.
That is fun.
Nick's not that great, but neither am I.
But we still play.
We do. It's fun.
It's fun. That's all the point. That's the whole point of it.
So speaking of fun, we'll move into our final topic, which is the new Carrier Dome renovations. And big news to, I don't know if we're really breaking it per se on the pod, but about what is now roughly 2 hours ago, the Syracuse City Commission approved the new roof for the dome. If you haven't seen the renders, they're really cool. But the renovations are supposed to have started, I think, last year. I think that's what Jim said. But now they're scheduled to be completed in the fall of 2022, so a lot of time we get to anticipate this. But the dome is going to allow for, I'm going to make sure I get this all right here. The dome allows for the renovations. Along with the new roof, we will have a vertically hung scoreboard.
There you go.
Like any
Did you get rid of that old scoreboard yet?
Well, you mean the ones on the side?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. Those apparently will be kept by the renders I've seen. Hey, they make for great noise. Have you ever been in the dome? They bang on them. It generates a lot of noise.
Whippity-dippity-doo.
Sorry. Anyway, the other stuff, state-of-the-art sound and lighting systems. I believe the light will be LED. So that's pretty good.
I don't know.
We're really behind though in that
Breaking
aspect.
news: the light is LED.
We're really behind in that aspect, admittedly. Well, as well as better Wi-Fi capabilities, better concession stands. They will phase out the old air conditioning and put in a new air conditioning system. And, in my opinion, the bigger thing, they're renovating the bathrooms, which means no more of those crappy troughs.
Ooh.
I hate the troughs.
You don't like them. You like the urinals.
The troughs, man, look, the first one, not the first time I used a trough, I haven't really been able to use a trough since. So my first Bills game I ever went to, I was a freshman in college. No, sophomore in college. No, I was a senior, freshman in college. And it was like a terrible game. It was Jaguars and Bills both when they were like absolutely terrible. Nick, I have your face up because I think I've probably told you this before. But so we were up in the upper deck and they had the troughs up there at what was then Ralph Wilson Stadium, and guy, Bills Mafia, drunk as he could be, I'm sitting there like trying to go pee, and this guy comes in to clearly go pee too. But here's the issue: the troughs and the sinks look alike, like really alike. And he decided to start peeing in what was the sink. And I'm sitting there dumbfounded, like this is an issue. Like it's at that point it's 2013 or 2012. How come we don't have like better?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that big.
They do need to get rid of those sinks.
So
the bathrooms. But.
So I'm pretty happy about that. Here is I'll pull it up here quick because we're getting used to this. Here is one of the renders here of the dome with the new roof, and I really like the fact you can see through the roof. I've always liked that. I've always thought it's pretty
I
cool.
wonder if they'll have any planes go across from the national anthem.
Well, that's a good point. That's for bigger games. You bring up a good point. And now with the dome, it will be instead of air pushed using system.
Look at that crowd.
They will be using the cable system, which is the way it's been going. I believe the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is that way. So
yeah.
It's pretty cool. I know you're not a Syracuse fan, but you've been to enough events to the Dome.
I've been to the Dome.
You've been to the Dome numerous times. I've been to the Dome with you. I don't know how many. I feel like most of the time I go to the Dome, it's with you, actually.
I've been to work, too, and I don't like that either, so,
But as a sport fan, though, do you feel like this will help the experience, though, at the Dome? I certainly think so, anyway.
Yes, absolutely. Any improvements to the Dome will help the team win some games.
But as a fan, though, you're looking at some of this stuff because, admittedly, there are some parts of the Dome that are really outdated.
The bathrooms do need to get the scoreboard.
There's certainly some things that need help, like the concessions area. That the fact that we're bringing new features, kind of expand that out a little bit, I think will help. Think about when we go there. Like the lines are terrible most of the time.
It was time for the Dome to get a new look.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it, actually.
I hope the concession stands look different.
It should be. I would imagine.
They're old, too.
Yeah. I hope they bring in some better options. Because you want to look, I love a good dome dog. But every now and then you want to switch it up, right?
Yeah.
And every now and then, nachos just can't do it for you.
No.
So, hopefully. Look, I'm not saying, I'm one of those guys where it's like, one of the things I hate about New Yankee Stadium is they have so many stupid, whatever. Like, if I go to a baseball game, I don't want sushi. But you want to know what would be cool? Maybe
I don't want sushi anyway.
Maybe you put in, a cool, taco place. I like tacos. Okay. Everybody likes tacos. Maybe you put in a taco place. I know back at the Dome, this is how long it's actually been since, I've actually, tried to look. Do they still have, a Burger King in the Dome? I remember they used to.
They might have.
It would be cool. I know. I wondered this too when I first read about it because they have the big partnership with Dunkin' Donuts, the coffee there's Dunkin' Donuts. I wonder if there will be a Dunkin' Donuts outlet type deal.
It should be.
In the Dome,
huge.
It would be big.
They've earned a lot of money. It
would be big.
The only thing is Dunkin' Donuts would get some of it, but
yeah. But you gotta remember they gotta run out the space technically. So. Yeah. But with that in mind, that essentially takes us to the end of the show today. So, Nick, you always do this for us. So, who do you got today that you will be giving a shout-out to?
Today's a very special shout-out. I'm going to shout out to my man, Al from work.
Al from work.
Al Capana from
What's up, Al?
Sampson State Park. He's a big fan of the show. Might be watching.
Thanks for watching and tuning in, Al. That's greatly appreciated.
He's a big fan of my work here. Your work as well. And, yes, shout out, Al. Have a good night, Al.
And for me and Nick, that will take us out then today. Hopefully, you enjoyed this episode.
I love the headphones.
Yeah. So, that in mind, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing.
Go buy some Mario Party.
That's right. Go download the app. We'll catch you next time.